you bird dear? Are you still awake? I thought you were fast asleep ages ago. What are you still doing awake? You still can't sleep, huh? My poor baby. You know you're up early for school in the morning. If you don't get some sleep now, you're not going to be able to function at all properly tomorrow. You're going to be so tired, and you're going to be asking me to stay home from school. she thought. I'm stuck here now, what will I do? As she walked on further, she came to a tiny little cottage. She didn't know that this was Zelda's cottage, the cottage of the witch. She knocked gently on the door. The witch opened the door. "Ah, come in, my child," the witch said. She knew who Esmeralda was. She knew that Esmeralda was the princess. All at once she saw a chance to get the revenge she always wanted. She would hold the princess captive and bring pain and misery upon the household of the king. "Come in, my child," she said. "Come in." Now back at the castle, the sun had gone down, and the king was terribly worried. He did not understand where Esmeralda had gone, or why she had not come back yet. "Where is my daughter?" he said. "Where is Esmeralda?" Suddenly, a young servant girl called Elaine rushed forward. "Your Majesty," she said, "I apologize for not saying anything sooner, but I was afraid. I saw your Esmeralda rush into the forest this morning. I think she was only playing, but she hasn't come back yet. I'm sorry, I should have told you sooner." "What?" the king said. "But the witch lives in the forest. She will take my daughter and extract this terrible revenge upon us." Without even thinking, the king seized his sword, exited the castle, and ran into the forest. He knew exactly where the house of the witch was, and he was going to get his daughter back. Now by this time, Esmeralda had become so scared of Zelda. She was short and snappy with her. She didn't even feed her. She told her to sit in the corner and not make any noise at all. "But I want to go home," Esmeralda said. Zelda snapped and threw her body against the wall. "You're here as long as I say you're here, child. You should not have wandered into my nest so willingly, so freely. Now you will not escape. And now you are at my mercy, and the king will be sorry for everything he ever done to me. Let's not forget who's in charge here." Esmeralda began to cry. She longed to go. She longed to see her favorite teddy bears again, and her beautiful cozy princess bed, and her father's strong arms wrapped around her. She was so scared. "I promise," she wished, "I'll never venture into the forest again. If only my daddy can come and find me. I'm so alone, so by myself." As she had made her